Thank you, Dr. Diksha. Now, I would like to give a brief introduction of today's guest, Dr. Ravi Sarake, sir. Sir is currently working as principal of Karnataka Ayurveda Medical College, Mangalore. Sir is proud alumni of this college. He completed his undergraduation in 1996 from STM College of Ayurveda, Udupi, and post-graduation and PhD from reputed Gujarat Ayurveda University, Jamnagar in 2002 and 2008 respectively. This explains Sir's excellent academic career. He has rich experience of 19 years in this field. Sir is an excellent academician, worship guru, skilled clinician, and expert in the field of research. He is a reviewer for many index journals. He has guided many PG and PhD students. He has chaired and has been resource person in many national and international forums. A very hearty welcome to you, sir. Moving on, I invite the PG scholar for the Parayan.
Namaste all. Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible, madam.
Yes.
Namaste all. My name is Shruti Pandit, PG scholar from Karnataka Ayurveda Medical College, Mangalore. Gurubhyo Namaha. अतैकविंशतो अध्याय अतातो हर्ष स्वेधाबाधः तीक्ष्ण अग्नित्वात् प्रभूतकोष्ठवायुत्वाच्च क्षुतति मात्रं पिपासा अधियोगश्चेति. चिकित्सा सिद्धांतम. सततं व्याधिता वेत्तावति स्थूलकृशौ नरो सततं चोपचर्यो हि कर्षणैर्ब्रह्मणैरपि. स्थूल्यकार्ष्यो वरं कार्श्यं समुपकरणं हितो यद्युभ्यो व्याधिरागाश्चेत स्थूलमेवाति पीडये. चिकित्सा सिद्धांतम. गुरुचापतर्पणं चेष्टं स्थूलानां कार्षणं प्रति कृशानां ब्रह्मणार्थं च लघुसंदर्पणं च ये. अतिस्थूल चिकित्सा. वातज्ञानि अन्नपानानि श्लेष्ममेधो हराणि च रूक्षोष्णनो बस्तियस्तीक्ष्ण रूक्षाणुद्वर्तनानि च गुडूची भद्रमुस्तानां प्रयोगस्त्रैफलास्तत तक्रारिष्टप्रयोगश्च प्रयोगो माक्षिकस्य च विडङ्गं नागरं क्षारः कालोहरजो मधु यवामल आमलकचूर्णं च प्रयोगः श्रेष्ठम् उच्यते. बिल्वा अधिफलमूलस्य प्रयोगः शौद्रसंयुताः शिलाजतु प्रयोगश्च सा अग्निमन्दरसा पराः. अतिकृश चिकित्सा. स्वप्नो हर्षाः सुखाशय्या मनसो निर्वृतिः शमाः चिन्ता अव्यायाम व्यवाय विरामः प्रियादर्शनम् नवानि अन्नानि नवं मध्यं ग्राम्यानुपौदकारसाः संस्कृतानि च मांसानि दधि सर्पिपयांसि च इक्षवः शालयो माषा गोधूम गुडवैकृतम् तस्तयः स्निग्धमधुरस्तैल अभ्यङ्गाश्च सर्वधा स्निग्धमुद्वर्तनं स्नानं गन्धमाल्या निषेवणं शुक्लं वासो यथा कालं दोषणामवसेचनं रसायनानां वृष्याणां योगानामुपसेवनं यत्त्वा अधिकर्षमादृते नृणामुपचायं परम् अचिन्तना च कार्याणां ध्रुवं सन्दर्पणेन च स्वप्नसङ्गा नरो वराह इव पुष्यति. निद्रा. यदा तु मनसि क्लान्ते कर्मात्मना क्लमान्विता विषयेभ्यो निवर्तन्ते तदा स्वपीति मानवः. निद्रालाभम्. निद्रायातं सुखं दुःखं पुष्टिकार्ष्यं भलाबलं वृषता क्लीबता ज्ञानमज्ञानं जीवितं न च. उचित निद्रा लाभम्। सैव युक्ता पुनर्यङ्गे निद्रा देहं सुखायुषा पुरुषं योगिनं सिद्ध्या सत्या बुद्धिरिवागतः। दिवा स्वप्न योग्य पुरुष गीता अध्ययन मध्य स्त्री कर्म भारा अध्वाकर्षिता अजीर्णिनाक्षताः क्षीणा वृद्धाः बालास्तथा अबलाः तृष्णा अधिसार शूलार्ताः श्वसिनो हिक्किनाः कृशाः पतिता अभिहतोन्मत्ताः क्लान्तयान प्रजागरैः क्रोध शोक भय क्लान्त दिवा स्वप्न उचिताश्च ये सर्व एते दिवा स्वप्नं सेवेरन् सर्वकालिकम्। सर्वथा दिवा स्वप्न अयोग्य पुरुष मेधस्विन्न स्नेह नित्याः श्लेष्मकाले श्लेष्मरोग्निः दूषी विषार्तश्च दिवाना शैरन् कदाचन। असमय काल में दिन में शयन के हानियां हलीमकः शिरशूलं स्थैमित्यं गुरुकात्रता अंगमर्धो अग्निनाशश्च प्रलेपो हृदयस्य च शोफ अरोचक हृल्लास पीनसासा अर्धाववेदकाः कोट अरु पिडका कंडुस्तंद्रा खासो घलामयाः स्मृति बुद्धि प्रमोहश्च संरोधा स्रोतसां ज्वराः इन्द्रियाणामसक्तम् असमर्थं विषवेग प्रवर्तनम्। वेन्द्रिणां दिवा स्वप्नस्याहितस्य निषेवणात् तस्माद्हिदं स्वप्नं भूत्वा स्वप्यात् सुखं बुद्धः। जागरण और निद्रा के गुण। रात्रौ जागरणं रूक्षं स्निग्धं प्रस्वप्नं दिवाः अरूक्षमनभिषन्ति त्वास्तिना प्रचलयितम्। निद्रा महत्वम्। निद्रा महत्वम्। देहावृतो यत आहारस्तथा स्वप्नः सुकोमताः स्वप्न आहार समुत्ते च स्थौल्यकार्षो विशेषतः। निद्रानाशम्। अभ्यंग उत्साधनं स्नानं ग्राम्यानुबोधकारसाः शाल्यानं सदधि क्षीरं स्नेहो मध्यं मनस्सुखं मनसो अनुगुणा गन्धाः शब्दाः संवाहनानि च चक्षुषो संतर्पणं लेपः शिरसो भदनस्य च स्वस्तीर्णं शयनं भेषं सुखं कालस्ततोचितः अनयन्ति चिरानिद्रं प्रनष्टं या निमित्ततः। अनिद्रा चिकित्सा। कायस्य शिरसाश्चैव विरेकश्चर्धनं भयं चिन्ता क्रोधस्तथा धूमो व्यायामो रक्तमोक्षणम् उपवासो असुखाशय्य सत्ये धार्यं तमोजयाः निद्रा प्रसङ्गमहितम् वारयन्ति समुत्थितम्। निद्रा भेदम्। तमो भव श्लेष्म समुद्भवा च मनः शरीर श्रम संभवा च आगन्तुकी व्याध्या अनुवर्तनी च रात्रि स्वभाव प्रभाव च निद्रा रात्रि स्वभाव प्रभाव मताय संभूत धात्री प्रवदन्ति तज्ञाः तमो भवान् माहुरध्यस्य मूलम् शेषा पुनर्व्याधिषु निर्दिशन्ति। निन्दिताः पुरुषास्तेषं यो विशेषेण निन्दितो निन्दिते कारणं दोषास्तयोर्निन्दित देशाभेषजम्। येभ्यो यदा हिता निद्रा योग्यश्चाप्यहिता यदा अधिनिद्राया निद्राया भेषजं यद्भवं च सा या यथा प्रभाव च निद्रा तत्सर्वमात्रिजः अष्टो निन्दितो संख्याते व्याजराः पुनर्वसो। इति अग्निवेशस्य कृते तन्त्रे चरकप्रतिसंस्कृतेति सूत्रस्थाने योजना चतुष्के अष्टो निन्दितीयं नाम एकविंशतोऽध्यायः। नमस्ते।
Thank you, Dr. Shruti.
Thank you, sir. There may be some pronunciation and mistakes, sir. So kindly forgive my respected gurus. So I am humbly requesting everybody, there will be some mistakes. So kindly forgive me. Thank you all.
Thank you. The organizers, shall we start?
Now we have arrived to the most awaited session, that is insight of the chapter, which will be done by our eminent speaker, Dr. Ravi Sarake sir. Please, sir.
Thank you, madam. At the outset, I am very much thankful to the organizers, and as Dr. Nivedita pointed out, that is, I am a proud alumni, and thanks to the SDM College of Ayurveda, and also I am very much thankful to Dr. Lakshmi Shane, who is the director at the Government Research Center, Mysore, and also to the WAP, who have the WAP under the leadership of Lakshmi Shane, has started this Charaka Sambhasha and has been relentlessly going on since last the 20 issues as such, and this is the 21st. And I welcome all the delegates over here, and I am very much thankful to Dr. Shruti Pandit what he has done to give the insight into the shlokas as such. So of course, as we know, the Charaka, always my gurus at SDM, also at the Jamnagar, they always used to rever about Charaka. Charaka is just like the Bible, as Dr. B.V. Prasanna sir used to tell to us as such actually, as a guru. This gives a total insight into how to do not only the treatment as such actually, even though it is considered as one of the best, the grantha for the chikitsa, Sheshta as such, but still this is it does not deal only with the chikitsa, it deals with how to lead the life also. So this chapter, one among the first among the Yojana Chatushka as such, deals with how to the varied type of people actually who are not to be considered as such actually. So that is why it is called Ashto Nindita, Nindita as such actually. Even though Ashto Nindita has been told over here, she has bifurcated, Dr. Shruti has bifurcated different slokas as such. So here, even very beautifully, more stress has been given to the Staulya and Karsha. Staulya and Karsha, it is, see, this itself shows it was not an issue of just the present era. Present era, this is the great issue as such actually. But even in earlier days also, this was really issue, burning issue. That was the reason, even though Ashto has been told, only 2 have been highlighted over here as such actually, among all the 8 as such. The 2, and see, even the many works as such actually, it may be from the our point of view, that is, I am from the herbal specialist as such actually, that is many the herbs as such actually, even in the folklore practice as such actually, the people have got varied the treatments for the obesity as well as the leanness as such actually. Like one of the very commonly available drug like Saptaparna bark also, the bark as well as leaf in folklore practice, it is used in the obesity as such actually. So even Charakacharya in 4th chapter, he has given liberty for us to choose the drugs which are available around us. So even the traditionally which has been used, that also can be used as such. And even here that as the obesity as well as the leanness or the akrasha as such actually is a burning issue, and very beautifully this has been linked even to nidra as such actually. And nidra of course is one of the those who get the sleep as such actually, they are always very happy as such actually, but those who don't get the sleep, they are always with the sleepless night, and they always are really bothered as such actually. So even very much importance has been given to sleep and what is normal sleep as such actually. very beautifully it has been said. And also, apart from the normal sleep, that is, who can indulge in divasapna, very beautifully it has been told. And also, if sleep is not, we are not getting the proper sleep, how it should be uh, handled also has been very beautifully said. Now, let me put slight insight into it as actually with the sharing the slide as such actually, so that I can put a more view on this. Just give me a minute. At the outset, I am very much thankful to the principal madam also, Dr. Mamta madam, and also my beloved friend Dr. Shikant sir for giving me an opportunity. So let's look into is my screen visible?
Yes, sir, visible, sir.
Yeah, okay. So let's, as I told, it's one among the Yojana Chatushka, that's guidelines of the management of the disease. This is first among them as actually, and the previously that is already the Dr. Nagesh sir has very beautifully given his insight into the Mahabharata Adhyaya as such. Now here the importance is given to the height, body mass, complexion, and the presence of hair. Considering these factors, the vice versa proportions have been told. What are the undesirable the physical appearance in this chapter, and also the among all these as actually they observed the most morbid obesity as well as extreme emaciation as the prime importance factor, and the etiological factors along with the food, even the sleep has been given importance over here. So as we know, the already it has been very beautifully shloka has been recited. Iha kalu shariram adhikratyaštau purusha niditaha. It's ati dirgha, ati hrasva, ati loma, aloma, ati gaura, ati krishna, ati stula, ati krasha. We are not bothered if they are tall, even if they are the shorter as such actually, and even if they are the atiloma or aloma. But most bothering to us, to all of us, is atistula or atikrasha as such actually. Yeah, that is the reason. Even whenever even the people were discussed as such actually, ಏನಪ್ಪ ನೀನು ತುಂಬಾ ದಪ್ಪ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಯಪ್ಪ, ಏನಪ್ಪ ನೀನು ತುಂಬಾ ತೆಳ್ಳಗಾಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿಯಪ್ಪ. That is, the people are more concentrating on these two factors than the rest six factors. So that is why even Charakacharya has given much stress onto these factors. So he has dealt in this chapter as such actually the dosha lakshana and hetu, as well as the relative defects. What does it do as such actually? So that is what is called ashtadosha, and also for the atikarsha also same thing has been explained over here, and the very beautifully general line of the treatment for stool and pressure, because everybody are, as I told you, they are worried how to reduce those who are obese. They are not worried to reduce the weight as strictly, and those who are lean, they are worried to increase the weight. Both are not happy at outset as such. And also how best we can manage the obesity has been very beautifully told in this chapter, and also wholesome diet and regimen that can be adopted for the obese, and also how best we can manage the emaciation also has been told in this, as already discussed. And apart from that, as I told you already, that is nidra is also given very much importance, because it's one of the etiological factor for causing the crusher as such actually. So that is the reason also for the obesity has been very beautifully explained in this chapter. What is its effect of sleep as such actually also has been discussed, and divasapna, whom divasapna can be given and whom should avoid the divasapna, as well as if ratri jagana is done, what is its consequence as such, and sleep as well as obesity linkage, how the sleep is linked to obesity has also been discussed in this chapter. And also very importantly, types of nidra or the sleep types also has been discussed as such. So let's look into ashtadosha. That is, even though all we have this already has been told. Just I should throw a light over here. Aisho rasa. Of course, the normal, when we are normal as such actually, our lifespan is always the more as such actually. But when either of the extreme, it's always having the disastrous effect on the life as such actually, lifespan also. So that is the reason the one of the prime important dosha, ashtadosha, is of the Staulya is Ayusho Rasa, that's lifespan is compared to he cannot perform the duty as such. All these have been considered to be one of the lakshanas as such. And coming to the features of excessively lean person, of course, many people or many actually they wish to become lean and the thin and lean as structure, just like many models as structure. But still that is one way different as structure. But still the nidana or when we consume dry food as structure, so people many times they don't want to take the ghee or oil as structure in their food as structure, leading to dry food intake as structure. That is one of the causative factor for the main causative factor for the karshatva as such actually. And also many times as such actually very beautifully told the na vegana dharot, but still we do the vega nigraha as such actually. And nidra vinigraha is also many times because of the social medias or the just a minute on call, I'm getting call. Hello. Hello.
Hello, continue, Mani. Sir, you can continue. You are audible. You are audible. You can continue.
Hello.
Ravi sir, you are audible. You can continue.
Sorry. There was a call from the.
Okay. No problem.
Extremely sorry to stop in the middle. I hope I am audible now.
Yeah, you are audible. Okay. You are audible, Raviji.
Audible now.
I'm extremely sorry to have interrupted the session. So as we have been discussing, that is not leanness or the causative factor for the leanness as such actually. So rukshasya udvartana, that is again the udvartana is excessively done as such actually, ruksha udvartana. And of course chinta, shoka and krodha, all these things when it is in excess, definitely it will have its impact as such actually on the body health. So it leads to the leanness. And of course as a natural jara, that's when we become aged, we become lean as such, and vikara or many of the pathological factors also they lead as such actually. Or when the panchakarma has been administered irrationally or overuse as such, then also it may lead to the karshatva as actually. See, these same factors also holds very good even to the present context. So that is the reason Charaka is considered to be one of the best physician as such, and that is undoubtedly it is true, which holds true even to today's context as such. And of course the lakshana also has been very beautifully told here as such actually. That is vyayama, kshut, ati sauhyate, pipasa, ati shita, ati ushna. That is they cannot tolerate these as such actually. The slightest exercise, it leads to exertion in them as such actually. They cannot withstand. And aushad, that is becomes also the causes the disastrous effect on them as such actually. And even they get afflicted with many of the disease like pliha, kasa, kshaya, shwasa, gulma, harsha. These diseases or the grahani, these are very commonly seen in the more so than the obese in the lean person as such. So even the leanness also has got, or karshata also has got many of the untoward its effects as such. And some of the symptoms noted here again, that is the shushka spic udaragriva. This is the just quite opposite to that of the staulya as such actually. And of course the damani jala santatha, prominent vascular network as such actually. So this way lakshana also have been told, which is very prominently seen in the Kashya people as such actually. So coming to this actually, both these are undesirable as such actually. It may be obese or even it may be Kashya as such, but they always suffer from some disease or the other, and so they need to be constantly to be looked upon as such actually, so or to be or managed. How can be managed? Charakacharya says very simply in a very apt way as such actually, the apatarpana and santarpana tarpa respectively. That is, for the staulya it is the apatarpana chikitsa, and for the karshatva it is the santarpana therapy has to be done as such actually. Again, staulya mere or karsha, that is of the two, lean is less harmful than the obese as actually. As we know, obesity as such actually, it is related to the many of the disease associated with it as such actually, or it is responsible for the many other diseases when compared to the leanness as such actually. That may be the one of the reason as such actually. Many wants to be lean rather than the obese as such actually, and even that has been highlighted in Charakacharya also. So of course the importance of very important thing is why ideal body proportion is also required. Very beautifully told by Charakacharya also, which is also highlighted even by the Suchitacharya as such actually. That is Sama Mamsa Pramanasta. That is a person with balanced proportion of the muscles and compactness of the body and firmness in sense organs is not overcome by the onslaught of the disorders. That is, he does not fall to disease as such. Therefore, the body being the fit is very much important as such. So ideal body proportion has also been very much given importance by Charakacharya and has been told over here as such. So best diet also has been told for the obese as well as lean person as actually, as already we have discussed. For stula it is Guru cha apatarpana. Guru cha apatarpana chesta sulanam karshanam prati karshanam brahmanartha chol lagu santarpanam chayat. For karsha it is brahmana as well as and the lagu santarpana chikitsa. In brief way as such actually, this is for sutra form. That is for those who can understand how the treatment that should be done, for those who are well versed, just can follow this as such actually and very successfully treat either the staulya or karsha. But of course, not all are the just like the common man, actually common man or the disciple who can understand very beautifully. Again, it has been the eruditely it has been told how we can manage the obesity as such actually. That is foods and drinks that elevate vata and reduce kapha as well as meda. That is the best as such actually. And basti also has been told. Udvartana using the Guruchi, this Triphala also, or the drugs also, it can be given internally. And Takrarishta is considered one of the best as such, and the Madhudaka or Anupana as can be given as such actually. And the formulation which is prepared from the Vidanga, Nagara and the Yavakshara, these are also said to be the best. And the Bilvadi Panchamula mixed with Madhudaka or the Shilajitu with the Agnimantha is considered to be the best for the treatment of the obesity as such. And also the list of diet has been given like the Priyangu, Shamaka, Yavaka, Yava, etc. also has been told. And so one desires of reducing obesity should indulge more in physical and mental exercise. That is also has been highlighted for the treatment of the obesity as such. So this way the honey being the Yogavahi as actually, the honey when it goes with the karsha karadravya as such actually, it causes the karshata. But when it goes with the nourishing drugs, it causes the, that is what Chakrapani says that as such. That is because of its Yogavahi property. And the next coming to management of leanness as such actually, how best we can treat the karshatva, that is also has been told. The one of the best thing is actually sleep, or the exhilaration or the comfortable bed that's contained to cause the sleep as actually. Sleep, if you indulge or make the individual or improve his sleeping pattern as actually, that is the best way to overcome the leanness. That is the best therapy that has been told by Charakacharya. And also abstinence from anxiety. Of course, many a times as such actually we could become anxiety as such actually, or we take things more seriously as actually. So one should become calm as such actually. That is very much important as such actually, to become to overcome the leanness as such actually. And also abstinence from the sexual act and the physical exercise as such actually is considered to be one of the best way to overcome the leanness as such. And also the intake of the navarna as such actually. Navarna, the flesh, the wine as such actually, meat of soup of the soup of animals as such actually, residing in the anupamamsa, as well as the aquatic meat soup as such actually, is said to be the best way to treat those who can take that as such actually, can be given with these as such. And also well cooked and prepared the meat, curd, ghee, milk, all these are having nourishing as such actually, so these can be given as such actually. And also the basti with the consisting of the snigdha and mother dravyas also have been told. Abhyanga, that is as it is having the snigdha, the Lagu Abhyanga is considered one of the best the remedy as such actually. And use of fragrance and garlands and use of white dress just to bring about the calmness and individual as such. And elimination of doshas in due time, that is also very much required as actually. When it is done, of course, then only body that we can see that leanness can be overcome. Now coming to the Nidra, very beautifully it has been told, as we had been speaking, Nidra is one of the causative factor for the Karshatva as such actually. So Nidra is one of the reasons when if done more, it results in obesity, and when disturbed result in the leanness. That is the reason in this chapter Nidra has been included as such actually, as it is a linkage between both as such. And as the other than food, it's very important, so that is why it has been given important. Of course, here how the physiology or the mechanism of sleep also has been dealt as many of you are aware. Vedatu manasiklante karmatmanaha klamanvitaha vishepyo nirvartante tada swapiti manaso manavaha. That's when an individual falls asleep, when his mind, including the sensory and the motor organs, get exhausted. See, naturally, those who get a good sleep as actually, once they are exhausted, they without looking into the time as such actually, if they are exhausted, over exhausted, they get sleep very faster as such actually. Or if they not look into the more computer, or they get exhausted through the not only physical exercise as such, even the mental exhaustion also, it leads to more sleep as well. They get, see, even in the class, when we do the class, students start to doze as such actually. Why? Because they dissociate themselves from their objects which is there. They are not bothered what is going on. That's what actually, but even though it is not a Swabhavaja Nidra as such actually, but still Nidra comes as such. That is how beautifully the concept or the physiological forms has been told. And one of the main favorite of the shloka as such actually, which always I used to tell to my students also, Nidraitam Sukam Tukam Pustikarsham Balabalam Prashata Klebita Jnanamajnanam Jivitam Nacha. That is very beautifully it has been said. Nidra itself is responsible for Sukha, Dukkha, Pushti, Karsha, Bala, Abala, Vrashata, Klibata, Jnana, Ajnana. So for everything, whatever thing as actually, sleep itself is important. This is again highlighting or showing the importance of sleep in an individual. So if they just to highlight more this actually, it has been said that is, if the human beings, it is just like a real knowledge, it brings about spiritual power in yogis. That is why the sleep is very important. Unless we get the good sleep as such actually, this is always well appreciated in the individuals who are really disturbed with the sleep as such actually. So sleep is itself is responsible for all the good and bad in the body as such. So considering this as such actually, of course, many times as such actually, even now there's a concept of power nap as such actually, which is very well appreciated, and many researchers have been carried out on this, and it has been proven that is just for the short nap as such actually, maybe 5 minutes or 10 minutes, if it is taken, it really helps to keep yourself more fresh as such actually and active during the day as such actually. And that is the reason that the Divasapna has been told, or indications of the Divasapna has been told even Charakacharya. That is the Karchita, Kshina, Roga, Klanta, and these individuals as such actually, the Divasapna has been indicated as such. And apart from that, even consequences of improper day sleep. So sleeping means it is not that sleep for hours together, and if we sleep hours together in the Diva or the day sleep as such actually, it is really having a disastrous effect on the body, may cause for the it may be causative factor for the many of the diseases as such actually, like Hridayoplepa, Udara, and the Srota Savaroda. So many of the diseases also these also being caused as such actually. And strictly it has been so that is contraindicated for those who are infected with the sort of Visha as such actually, and those who are suffering from the vitiated kapha related disorders, and these individuals, it has been strictly to be avoided as such. And the quality of the day and the night sleep also has been told over here. that is Ratro Jagaranam Ruksham Snigdam Prasopnam Diva. That's in the so not when we sleep in the night, it's having the Snigdhatva as such. So when it is divided, the individual becomes the Karsha, because Rukshata gets increased as such. And also the sleep promoting measures also have been told by the Charakacharya also. In the verse 52 to 54 as such actually. The Abhyanga, Utsadana, Snana, Gramyanu, Padakarasaha, these have been told as actually. So these can be very well be used by or given be administered for those who got the sleep related issues as such actually. And also the causes of insomnia has also been told over here as such actually, very beautifully in the 57th verse as such actually. That is elimination of dosha from the body and the head through, that is virechana, vamana, excessive when it is done as actually, or predominance of the sattva and the suppression of the, that is when we are too happy also we don't get sleep as such actually, because that is unexpectedly we get the first rank as such actually. The whole night we will celebrate, we don't get sleep at all as such actually. Or the suppression of tamas as such actually, emotions such as fear, anxiety, when we are very much anxiety also, or when we get when we are very much angry also, this also all, or when the bloodletting is done excessively as such actually, or when the fasting is done as such actually. So such conditions also, these are the causative factors that has been listed out, which are causative factor for insomnia as such. And origin and types of sleep also has been very beautifully told in this chapter as such actually. That is sleep is of the, that is tamoboha, tamas, one which is due to tamas, vishit, one which is due to vishitada kapha, and due to the mental exertion, or due to the physical exertion, or due to the agantaki bhava, and the most commonly that has been told ratri swabhavaja. This ratri swabhavaja is considered to be the best among all absolutely, and that is the reason in the next verse which has been highlighted as a bhuta dhatri, that is dhatri. It is the one which is responsible for holding the body as actually. That is why it is said dhatri swabhava prabhava mata yatam bhuta dhatrim pravodanti tadjna, that is which is having dhatri or body holding capacity as actually, which sustains the body as such. The one which is tama, due to tama, is considered to be the sinful, and the rest are also not conducive as actually. So only sleep during the day is considered the best among all as actually. So to conclude, in this chapter as actually, as we saw, undesirable constitutions, Ashto Nindita has been told as such actually. But even though Ashto Nindita are there as actually, the two most undesirable types of the persons, that is Atistula and Krusha, have been given more importance, considering their significance in causing the many of the diseases. They have been more highlighted in this chapter as such actually, and which is true to even today's context as such. And the causes, what are the causative factors, has been very well elucidated in this chapter, and the demerits, that is doshas of the Staulya and Karsha, has been told as such, and how best we can treat also has been discussed in this chapter as such. And apart from that, the indications and contraindications of the nidra depending upon the nature of the individual and the time, that is divasapna, to whom to be given, not to be given, and what are the different types of sleep as such actually, also has been told as such actually. And the causes and treatment for oversleep as well as sleeplessness also has been told in this chapter. And most importantly, types and effects of the sleep also has been told in this chapter. So considering this as such actually, which is this Ashto Nidita, even though more importance has been given for all the 8 the doshas as such actually, considering the present disease outcome as such actually, the two or the much importance has been given to obesity and the karshatva, that is Staulya and Karshatva as such. So this is what actually has been described in this chapter, the 21st chapter as such, and which becomes a connecting part to the next chapter as such actually also. And so this holds very good importance even to the present context. Of course, the undoubtedly Charaka's each and every chapter that is has got its own importance as such, and this becomes the first among the Yojana Chatushka. So this is an important chapter to the connecting to the next aspect actually. And considering here the next the connecting part is Langana and Brahman Adhyaya, that is a 22nd chapter as such actually, which takes its cue from this chapter, that is the Apatarpana and Santarpana Chikitsa. Taking this cue, the next chapter has been described as such. So I thank at the outset I thank the organizers for giving me an opportunity. The institute, that is SDM College of Ayurveda, and also I thank Dr. Lakshminarayan Shanai sir especially for giving me an opportunity to share my view over here as such actually. And also I'm very much thankful to Dr. Shrikant and also all the organizers for giving me an opportunity to put forth my view, and to also my special thanks to Dr. Mamta Madam for giving me an opportunity. Thank you everyone. If there is any query, I will be pleased to answer the queries.
Thank you so much, sir. Any questions? If you have any queries, you can clear your doubts with our eminent speaker today.
Commonly available drugs like Saptaparna, as I told, Saptaparna, its twak bark decoction is very commonly used in the Maharashtra, especially in the Konkan region as such actually, in the obesity line of treatment for the obesity. And of course, as and even the leaf also, that is a leaf juice as such actually, from which actually Ganavati which is prepared is also used for the in the treatment of obesity. This way, that is even traditional healers as such actually, they also practice the treatment for the leanness and obesity. It's not that only classically that has been told, even generally that is our folk healers and traditional healers also they give treatment for the obesity as well as of course, as we know, diabetes etc. that is treated, but even the obesity is also handled by the traditional healers.
Thank you, sir. Moving towards the end of this program, I would like to convey heartfelt gratitude to all the dignitaries and audience of Charaka Sambhasha, organized by STM College of Ayurveda and Hospital, Udupi, members and officials of Department of Ayush, Government of Karnataka, Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad Karnataka, and Government Ayurveda Research Center, Mysore. I'm thankful to Padma Vibhushana Dr. Virendra Hegade, President, STM Educational Society, Ujre, for his immense support in quality enhancement and innovative programs. I take the opportunity to thank Dr. Mamta KV, Principal, SDMCA Udupi, for being with us in this program. Thank you very much, ma'am. Sincere thanks to Dr. Lakshminarayan Shanai, Director, Government Ayurveda Research Center, Mysore, for the opportunity. Heartfelt thanks to the guest speaker of today's session, Dr. Ravi Sorakhe, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening thoughts. I also extend my thanks to Dr. Niranjan Rao, Dean of PG and PhD Studies, Dr. Nagraj, Medical Superintendent, STM College of Ayurveda, Udupi, PG Scholar, who has beautifully recited today's matter of concern, Dr. Shrikant PH, HOD, Department of Samhita and Siddhanta, and organizing members, Dr. Vijayendra Bhatt sir, Dr. Srinidhi Danya sir, and Dr. Arhan sir. I also extend my thanks to members and officials of Department of Ayush, Government of Karnataka, Vishwa Ayurveda Parishad Karnataka on this occasion. Last but not the least, I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the audience and associates of Charaka Sambhasha session. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, Anita.
Thank you.